One of the greatest visionaries in broadcasting history passed away on Friday night. Sylvester Pat Weaver was a former president of NBC and the creator of this very program and other landmark shows. This morning we remember a man whose innovative imagination shaped American television forever.
We are in touch with the world. We'll tell you what's happening today.
On January 14th, 1952, America was introduced to something totally new, morning television. It took the form of a show called Today.
And if it doesn't sound too revolutionary, I really believe it begins a new kind of television.
This innovative broadcast was the brainchild of one man determined to inaugurate a new era in television programming.
Hello, I'm Pat Weaver.
41-year-old Weaver came to NBC in 1949 after successful careers in radio and advertising. From the beginning, he was something of a maverick. His goal for the Today Show was, in Weaver's own words, to create, quote, a milestone in the social history of this country.
I think those of us who had been running the business knew that radio was absolutely marvelous, but it was blind. Therefore, you could be there, but only with your ears. And while that meant that a lot of things could happen that were fun to do in radio, it would be marvelous to really let people see the world, every man a member of the elite, because everybody will be at the opera, at the ballet, at the concert hall. Everybody will see the great political events.
We'll put you in touch with the whole world, and not only with news, which will cover as no program ever has been able to cover before, all fields of human endeavor.
The basic concept was that everybody, when they got up in the morning, they wanted to know what was new today. They would turn on the set, because in the course of time, we would show them the new book, the new movie. We would introduce them to these big people. We would show them in the news world what had happened, where. We would go there, we would show them what it looked like, we would introduce them to new ideas that had come up, and we would also do it with a light spirit. They really would have a tremendous head start over other people if they saw the Today Show.
Here's the final edition.
The critics called it a spectacular gamble, and the Today Show was even dubbed Weaver's Folly.
They thought we were nuts and said so in the paper at great length.
Recently, the so-called Folly celebrated its 50th anniversary. On that day, Pat Weaver's daughter, actress Sigourney Weaver, spoke of the longevity of her father's vision.
Finally, actually, we have the technology to do what my father envisioned, which was, in 15 minutes to half an hour, take someone around the world to the Olympics, or take someone around the world to the Great Wall of China and give you information, amuse you, and, as he said, lighten your heart and spirit.
There were other accomplishments, too. In his first move as a TV executive, Weaver rescinded the cancellation of Meet the Press. The public affairs show, then in its infancy, was suffering from low ratings. But Weaver believed it could, in fact, find an audience.
Why is there so much confusion about this investigation?
Why there's so much confusion? There's no confusion in my mind.
He turned out to be right. Meet the Press at 54 is now the longest-running show on television. Weaver's sense of humor was legendary and helped to shape his other lasting TV legacy, The Tonight Show.
Tonight, starring Steve Allen.
This is Tonight, and I can't think of too much to tell you about it, except I want to give you the bad news first. This program is going to go on forever.
Now in its 48th year, it remains the reigning king of late-night television. Weaver left NBC after just 7 years, but he's being remembered today as one of television's great pioneers. He was inducted into the Television Hall of Fame in 1985. Long after retiring, he remained both passionate and critical of the medium he helped to create.
If you think of it as a business, you're wrong. There needs to be a far greater incentive to bring the general public into the world of tomorrow and the world of culture and the world of intellect.
For the last line in his 1994 autobiography, Best Seat in the House, Pat Weaver writes, quote, I am proud of what I have accomplished in broadcasting and cable. But the future of communications is so fascinating, I wish I had another lifetime to help in realizing its potential. Pat Weaver was 93. Pat Weaver is survived by his wife Elizabeth and their 2 children, daughter and actress Sigourney and son Trajan. Of course, we'd like to express our sincere condolences to the entire Weaver family.
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.